Åsmund is hiding at the foot of the mountain. A bit further away, the neighbor girl Sigrid is sitting at her post. They have been waiting since the early dawn. It's the Sami who have sent them here. They have been watching and following the herd for days. A canny fellow they call Mottul has told them there is a herd of hundreds of animals wandering the area. Mottul knows the wild reindeer well. The knowledge is in their blood after living so close to the animals through the ages. The Uppdal group traveled south from Vang 2 days ago. Åsmund has waited for 12 winters, but now he will finally be allowed to join the hunt and to prove himself. He is traveling with his uncles Geir and Egil, both experienced hunters. It's the same procedure every year. As soon as the last seed has been planted, they begin preparing for the autumn hunt. The wild reindeer's annual migration from summer to winter pastures has granted the village the opportunity to harvest great wealth. The catching method is effective. Generations of hard work has resulted in rows of more than 1,000 trapping pits, blocking the migration route across the valley, right where the main thoroughfare crosses Dovrefjell. They spend the summer months repairing the pits from last winter, cleaning out waste, checking and repairing wooden structure and fences, as well as digging new pits. They've been working with the Sami for years, a mutually beneficial collaboration. They draw on each other's knowledge and numbers. Åsmund knows that many days will pass, perhaps weeks, before they see their village again. If they succeed, they will return with fully packed horses. Large quantities of meat, skins and antlers need to be carried back from the mountains. Valuable raw materials bound for places far beyond Uppdal's borders. Some are processed or made into finished products before leaving the country by sea to trading grounds in Denmark, Ireland or Francia. Vang will get plenty of wealth in return. Gold and exotic jewelry, weapons and high-quality prestige items. Åsmund's eyes focus on the Blåhø mountain. He is cold but alert and expectant. His task is an important one. If the herd veers in the wrong direction, he has to scare the animals back on course towards the trapping pits. His heart leaps as he spots the reindeer herd rounding the mountaintop. He has never seen so many before. The sound of hooves and hundreds of throats grunting gradually grows louder as the herd approaches. With the wind at their back, the herd follows the terrain to exactly where the hunters want them. They haven't got a chance. Åsmund can feel the energy rising as he glances down at Sigrid. She nods back smiling. We got them now.